Good afternoon. Thank you for joining the Architectural Door and Window webinar. My name is Thomas Hines. I'm the Architectural Product Sales Manager for IAC Acoustics. I've been working with IAC Acoustics in different capacities since September 21st, 2001. First, I worked as a medical rep and installer, and then an architectural industrial installer, and finally I worked as an architectural industrial rep. Please feel free to write questions as you think of them. I'll address the questions as I see them or at the end of the presentation. IAC Acoustics is a division of SoundSeal. SoundSeal is a leading manufacturer of commercial and architectural acoustic products and materials. It was founded in 1978 and is corporate office is in Agawam, Massachusetts. SoundSeal acquired INC, an acoustic metal panel company, in October 2014. Then IAC Acoustics in December of 2015. Moving forward, the company will operate as IAC Acoustics, a division of SoundSeal. IAC Acoustics, the new and improved IAC Acoustics, is headed by President and General Manager Mark Rubino with 40 plus years of experience in the sound control industry. The Architectural Product Sales Manager, again, is me. I have 15 years of sound control experience. Dan O'Brien is the Director of Sales. He's been in the industry for 20 years, and this is his third stop with IAC Acoustics. There are also several senior operations and engineering manufacturing leaders from IAC past. We have 9 people from the Bronx group and 9 people from the Lincoln group. Combined with the Mark Rubino INC culture, it's made a great team. What makes IAC Acoustics superior to the competition? Our in-house powder coating line. With powder coating, most of our competitors will outsource painting, taking 2 days for extra shipping and subject to damage by overhandling material. Also adds to longer lead times. If there's a scratch, the material needs to be sent back through. The other issue is you're really at the mercy of your powder coater. If they have some other order that may take precedence, whereas IAC Acoustics doesn't have the issue. We also have the proprietary multi-head spot welders. This provides a consistent 4-inch airspace or 2-inch airspace. There's no 3 o'clock welds when welding panels, particularly. You have somebody welding from one end to the other, and at 7 a.m. they may be 4 inches apart. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they may be a foot apart or more. We also moved from the Bronx and then to Nebraska, and now here in Aurora, the Armada punch presses, brake presses, and shears. Additionally, IAC offers product-related testing and certification. We have acoustic performance data on all of our products. We have several designs and drawings to build off of, and 60 plus years of design and testing in our own R&D lab. Also, we utilize UL fire ratings for doors, and most of our competitors will either have a UL fire rated door or a veneer door with a Guardian label, and IAC can veneer with a fire rated UL label up to an hour and a half. The other thing that we have to offer is the veneering wraps all the way around every exposed edge of the door, with the exception, obviously, of the hardware and seals. IAC Acoustics also provides job site surveys prior to submittals when necessary, expediting of the submittals when necessary, field verification of rough openings prior to when we have the installation, product installation and turnover to the owner. Our reps generally do a great job of doing the majority of these things. It can also be done direct. We also provide guaranteed performance. When it's a turnkey operation, we provide guaranteed performance on the installation as well as the product. This avoids the blame game, which happens when you have one guy supplying hardware, another supplying installation, another installing the door frame, and another guy installing the leaf. If there's a failure of acoustics in the field, everyone stands around blaming each other, and ultimately the customer pays for it because of lost time and money, trying to figure out whose fault it is and who's going to fix it. All of the IAC Noise-lock doors have factory installed seals and hardware. All of the seals are factory installed, and the doors are fitted to ensure proper fit and finish as well as performance in the field. So there are no add-on seals, unlike our competition. Typically, this is a nice picture. These are nice pictures of our add-on kits, our seal kits. And the issue we have, people have installing these doors are that sometimes, if in a block wall situation, one person installs the frame, then it's grouted in place. Grout is required to achieve the higher STC ratings. Then a few months later, someone comes and hangs the door, and then adds the seals, and then someone comes and follows with the hardware. What will happen is you wind up having lost parts. You can see the part kit. If you install 30 of these doors, those parts and gaskets and seals and shims and hinges all sit in a pile, and they just get damaged or moved. This winds up leading to ordering replacement parts. Also, with the add-on seals, you wind up with less than stellar appearance. And the other issue is with these doors is you wind up with having to choose between your sound control or your fire rating at times, because to achieve the STC rating, you'll wind up pushing the seals so tight against the door that it won't self-close and latch, which mitigates the fire rating. You can also see on the bottom right in this area where the bottom of the door leaf has a bolt-on seal. So that means that there are exposed fasteners across the bottom of this door. It's not architecturally pleasing, and it's an advantage that IAC has. NoiseLock door and window applications, arts and media, performing arts, broadcast, corporate and commercial, educational, governmental, industrial, transportation, and specialty. The top left photo, this picture is a project we did in Honolulu. It's an STC 55 full glass bifold door. We achieved this, I'll talk about this probably a lot. We achieved the STC 55 full glass door by utilizing an STC 61 frame. You can see that there are 2 seals on the frame and 1 on the door. We have test data to support this with this and a few other doors, as well as lab test data. The door on the bottom right is an STC 61 door with upgraded hinges and Cremone hardware. This was a blast-resistant door. The hinges are more robust to handle the moment of the door and the weight. And then on the bottom right, we have another example of an STC 54 full glass door. Again, utilizing the triple seal. This picture illustrates an oversized double-leaf fire-rated door that includes a personnel door inside of it to accommodate foot traffic. Now, on a door like this, because the larger leaves are not able to self-close and latch, we utilize UL fire-rated construction, and the man door itself actually has a UL sticker, provided it has a closer on the other side. But this also illustrates the pre-hanging of every door to make certain that you have the proper fit and finish in the field. NoiseLock doors, features and capabilities. IAC Acoustics can provide UL fire ratings up to 3 hours on metal doors and an hour and a half on wood veneer doors. Cherry, mahogany, oak, birch, and maple are amongst hundreds of options veneering. The lead time doesn't change with these options. It can with more exotic species of veneer. Door sizes range from 12 inch by 12 inch to 30 feet by 30 feet. We include sliding, swinging, and vertical lift doors in the NoiseLock and Super NoiseLock family. We offer power operated or manual operation, multi-lead configurations, up to STC 55 full glass doors with lab tests and also field tests. So we have NIC tests as well. The doors can come in bullet resistant and blast resistant options. Factory, all of our doors are factory assembled with all pertinent hardware, so anything that's attached to the door will be factory installed. Concrete grouting of our frame is not required to achieve the indicated STC rating. That's important because grouting is a one-time thing. If a door is installed and it's not installed perfectly, with the IAC configuration, you're able to remove the door and reinstall it to achieve a passable installation. When the door is grouted, it's really a one-time thing. If the door fails, you essentially need to cut it out and provide a whole new frame. This also, again, mitigates your risk of having multiple people be responsible. The carpenter will install a set of door frame. The mason will grout it. The mason won't accept responsibility for the door that he just grouted. The carpenter won't either because the guy who grouted it may have knocked it out of plumb. There are lots of fun conversations that can be had when it's not the sole source responsibility. In-house veneering, we do this in a climate-controlled veneering room. The sole purpose of the room is to maintain the same temperature and humidity to ensure that our veneering takes well. Others outsource the job, which subjects the material to damage via overhandling, weather and humidity, and commuting. AD8 considerations. The force limitations are 5 pounds of force to open the door. This does not apply to unlatching. IAC doors up to STC 64 are generally compliant, subject to size limitation and function of the STC rating. Another thing to note is that ADA force limitations don't apply to fire-rated doors. In other words, with the sound control seal needing to be able to self-close and latch, you may need to crank the closer to a non-acceptable level for ADA in order to get the seal. But again, ADA doesn't apply to a fire-rated assembly. Typically, the building force codes allow 15 pounds of force to unlatch, 30 pounds to start, and 15 pounds to open for the fire-rated doors. More ADA considerations. Sound-controlled doors are heavier than hollow metal doors. Fire-rated doors must have a closer and latch, and that's always factory installed. IAC sound controls can meet ADA and local building codes. Commercial closers at ADA compliant settings will not fully close and latch any sound control door. Some competitors, again, as I mentioned earlier, you have to pick ADA compliance or performance compliance. Again, the compression seals installed in the field have to be very tight to meet the sound control requirements of the project, and this leads to failure in the ability to self-close and latch, which can cause issues with your fire rating. The NoiseLock door performance, IAC offers an STC 43. It's a single seal frame. Single seal door. The 51, 53, and 55 are all double sealed. The 51 and 53 look almost exactly the same. The internal construction is the only difference, with 2 pounds per square foot more for the 53. The STC 55 and 61 are the same leaf, which is why you see that they're both 16 pounds per square foot. They're both 3.5 inches thick. The leaf itself, again, is the same. The difference is in the frame. With an STC 55, we utilize a double seal, and with a 61, we utilize a triple seal, which is on the frame section. The STC 64 door is an 18 pound per square foot door that's 5 inches thick with a triple seal and a split frame. IAC doors can be veneered or painted, ranging again from STC 43 up to STC 64. This picture depicts a nice STC 55 door with full glass, again utilizing the 61 frame, and also a NoiseLock window. This, I believe, is an STC 64 door installed and painted. This studio utilized, again, the STC 55 full glass door assembly. The STC 55 door and frame itself doesn't accommodate the STC requirement without losing too much attenuation. So to achieve this, again, we utilized the 61 frame in lieu of the 55 frame, and we're able to get the performance of an STC 55. This picture is a nice picture of STC 53 doors with along with some STC 53 windows. This is an STC 55 bifold door showing our multi-leaf capabilities. This door, you can see that this door actually leaf swings and latches onto the inactive leaf, which then had a slide bolt on the inside, which made it so all open in one direction. This allowed the egress plan because this door is an outswing and egress door. So this customer couldn't have this door swing open into the way of the egress door. These pictures depict another project installed at KMA in Times Square in Manhattan. Again, the use of a double leaf bifold or a bifold door in lieu of a double leaf door allowed for different sized drum kits to be brought in and out of the drum room. This was important to the customer. Again, the entrance was actually in this area, which if the door would have been in a standard double leaf door, it would have obstructed the egress. Super NoiseLock door product review. So the difference between a super NoiseLock door and a NoiseLock door is thickness and structural members. Super NoiseLock doors are generally 4 or 6 inches thick and are constructed using structural channel. The door on the left is an example of a vertical lift super NoiseLock door. The example on the right is of a standard super NoiseLock door with a man door in each leaf. Super NoiseLock doors are utilized in lots of applications, primarily in theater, industrial, test chambers, and obviously on the left we have a sound stage for a studio. Theater and performing arts centers. These examples, the example on the left, this door, is an example of a 6-inch thick STC 54 biparting door. So that each door opened in a different direction, it met in the middle, and was power operated by an electric motor. The door on the right is another example of a sliding door. This door had a shutter on the outside that's either for weather or fire rating. This door on the right is a 4-inch thick sliding door. Both projects again utilize the motor operating system. This picture is of the City Center in Las Vegas. It's a good example of oversized veneering and match booking the veneer. This door is obviously oversized. The door on the left is a non-typical special door that utilizes the more robust hinges to handle the moment. The door on the right, you can see the sets of the double leaf doors. One side was veneered, but not the other. These doors may have been fire rated. You can see they have coordinators and latching hardware. This door was not. This is an example of an STC 61 power operated door with industrial hardware and electric operator. So the customer could essentially push a button and this door would self-open in proper sequence to allow movement through the opening. STC 61 doors are utilized quite often in entertainment venues in large cities. This, I believe, is the Golden Theater in Manhattan. The doors are egress doors and put on the outside of the building to keep street noise down during performances. They're also utilized frequently in nightclubs, interior and exterior applications as well. Security, skiff and secure room doors. Security and skiff doors are available with blast resistant or ballistic options. IAC factory installs all the security hardware, the traditional CDX-10s, LKMs, and all of the new Sergeant Greenlee to ensure success in the field. With these hardware options, a licensed locksmith is required. We do that in-house. That avoids having to try to find a locksmith in your local area, and again ensures that when the door comes to the site, it's ready to be installed. Having a locksmith come to a job site can be extremely expensive, and if there are issues with the installation, it can become devastatingly expensive to a project. Whereas when we're in-house, we have the ability to make certain modifications to the door without affecting performance, and it seems to be a better solution. This is a good example of an STC51 full glass quad leaf door. This door was installed in the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. The door utilizes the oversized hinges, or the special hinges on the outside, and then in the center leaves, the active leaves, utilizes the standard IAC cam lift hinges. The outer hinges are also cam lift, but they're a more robust hinge because of the moment of the door. This was a fun project. That's actually me in the reflection, which is fun. This slide depicts the split frame and an isometric view. One of the advantages to using IAC Noise-lock doors is being able to have the wall finished prior to installation. You can see that the door completely slides into a finished opening, which allows paint and finishing of this wall prior to the installation. This really mitigates risk and damage and dust and debris getting caught in the gasket seals and damage of the door and door frame by tradesmen. IAC doors can be installed at the tail end of construction or even after initial turnover or the temporary certificate of occupancy has been issued. Again, all of the NoiseLock doors have factory installed seals and hardware, and the competition kit, again with the add-on kits and the susceptibility to issues. One of the issues that I've watched in the field with this kit company is that these kits, sometimes these seals need to be field notched to accommodate the latching mechanism. When they're notched, if they're notched in the wrong place, it means that you have to throw it away and start over. Again, the other issues include losing or damaging parts, longer installation times adding to costs, and ultimately less than stellar appearance, again, with the face screws. And also on double leaf doors, this particular manufacturer, most of them, will have face screws all the way down the astragal as well as the base of the door. What does an acoustic door cost? Well, IAC Acoustics generally is not the least expensive. When you figure in installation time, we can be, and we typically are very competitive. So installation hours for 3 STC51 doors, IAC Acoustics should be about 16 man hours. That's 2 men, 1 day, should be able to install 3 leaves relatively comfortably without really pushing any issues. With the kit companies, generally they'll get 1 door installed a day. About 48 hours for this, with the same amount of installation. The installation rate, this is a very conservative number. It's hard to get tradesmen at $75 an hour total burden. So you can see that the cost difference is significant and usually brings us back into the price range. IAC Noise-lock windows. We provide them in all shapes for recording studios and follow spot applications. The door on the left, the windows on the left, forgive me, are an example of STC53 all-con windows. They have slope glass, as you can see back here. And on the right, you can see these are trapezoidal C-class windows. The C-class windows are an aluminum extruded frame and have a nice architectural finish and are available in 1/2 or 1/4 inch glass, making up a variety of STC ratings. NoiseLock windows, features and capabilities. The NoiseLock windows are all factory glazed. We utilize 11 gauge frame, removable bar stops, acoustic seals, and absorptive material between the panes of glass. Generally, the perf that goes between the panes of glass is powder coated black, and the frame is powdered either primed or powdered whatever color the customer desires. Concrete grouting is not required to achieve the STC ratings as purchased. Sloped and vertical arrangements are available with the all-con windows. NoiseLock window performance. These performances are the all-con windows, the UK window, the C-class windows utilizing the aluminum extruded frame are similar. There's an STC 35, 39, 41, which are all single glazed, and the frame is 4 inches thick. This is to allow the bar stop and a natural stop on the back side of the frame. The STC 47, 53, 57, and 59 are all double glazed windows. The frame depth on the double glazed windows is what was tested. If your wall is 12 inches thick and you're looking for an STC53, you'll get better performance, but and we'll put the wall thickness to the frame to the thickness of the wall. This data is just showing what it was tested at. IAC offers sidelights and transoms as well. This project was done upstate New York, and the rep did a beautiful job of selling and installing this project. You can see the sidelights and transoms really fit well with the layout of the building. NoiseLock windows can be sloped or plumb, and this is an example of a studio in Manhattan. They left the storefront windows, again this is in Manhattan, and they actually put a corridor out there. So the studio's on the inside, and they utilize sloped glass. This picture on the right depicts sloped glass on the studio window, and then plumb glass on the corridor window. The sloped glass is generally to avoid feedback in microphones, and is used primarily in studios. So this is a picture that shows these pictures. This is a theater or opera house, and the pictures on the right are of another studio, again with a sloped glass installation. Switchable privacy glass. This is a great job that was done in Massachusetts. You can see these are actually Alcon windows, and the two center panes utilize switchable privacy glass. So we built the wall, it wasn't straight, incorporate STC53 doors and windows. The doors are veneered, and the windows, the middle two panes are able to be switched with the light switch to go from transparent to translucent. FireRated options are available in a more industrial application, like in this example, a Cornell fire shutter was utilized. In a more architectural setting, we can utilize fire-rated window assembly in the same opening in tandem with the sound control assembly. This is a wonderful picture of STC57 factory glazed compound angle window. You can see that the outside pane is plumb, but the window itself has an angle on it, and then the inner pane is sloped, as you can see by the bar stop in the back here. This cut sheet shows illustrates the NoiseLock window profile. This is again the Alcon window. The C-class window is a little bit different, but it shows the 11 gauge frame, the glass, the perf absorptive material in the middle, and the bar stops. Are there any questions? Thank you for attending the Architectural Door and Window webinar. We know your time is valuable and hope you're able to attend future webinars. If you'd like a copy of this presentation or would like to discuss a project or product, please contact me at your convenience. I'll leave my contact information on the screen for a few moments. Thank you.